Am I the asshole for admitting I regret having children?
Oh,
I hope you don't say it to your kids because that sucks.
ooh.
We
That
did have someone that did that once.
Yeah.
Forget who.
Yeah, we did.
forget
I
the
think we.
full story,
oh,
but-
no. It was with EK.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, you might be
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
That's tough. But I feel, again, not parents. I feel like at least at 1 second of being a parent, at some point in your time of being a parent, every parent has been like, wouldn't life be easier?
But you say that shit internally.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You say that shit internally.
Or to your partner, maybe. Or something like
mhm.
that. Like, not to the kids.
Definitely not to the kids. Never
Yeah.
to the kids. But I could see some parent venting to another parent like, oh, man, remember back when we could do whatever?
Yeah.
Blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. I could see that being not making you a complete asshole for being like, for 1 second of one. But if you're just like, every day I wake up, I wish I didn't have this burden. That would be crazy.
It's
You'd
like,
be
good
definitely
morning,
an asshole.
Dad. What's up, regret?
That's crazy.
Just name them,
Want some juice, you little bitch? You ruined my life, fucker.
name them after things you could have afforded. What's up, Lambo? It's a PS5. All right. So my wife and I, both 42 and in marriage counseling after our marriage basically went to shit after having kids, in brackets, a 6-year-old and 4-year-old twins. A lot of issues and disagreements have come up in our marriage that have driven us apart, and I've been working through my resentment that going back for more than one baby resulted in twins, including one which we're pretty sure has ADHD and ODD and is a nightmare child. He explains later what ODD is, so we'll get back into that. But
Okay, I was about to.
our counselor asked me if I would have children if I had to do it all over again, and I said, honestly, no. I love my kids and would take a bullet for them, but if I had the chance to go back to 24 when I finished grad school and could do my life over again, I wouldn't choose fatherhood. It is not the fulfilling experience everyone claims, and while I love my children, the sacrifices are not worth it to me. I had a much happier life before having children, and have gone from someone who loved life to someone who just makes it through the day, working a job he hates to provide for the wife and kids, while silently wishing this wasn't my life. My wife is furious and taking it the wrong way, and even told our 6-year-old, Daddy wishes you were never born.
Oh.
Bro,
okay.
what?
Yeah.
No.
Starting to feel like everyone sucks.
This makes me livid because you don't tell the kid that. Yes, I wish I never had kids, but I do love them. I would never hurt them or want to upset them. And I didn't think to say it to/in front of my kids, and I never ever will. I said it in marriage counseling, which was should be a safe place to talk about feelings.
Mm-hmm.
It has become a huge fight. Our marriage is not going to be saved now, and I know she will try to use this against me in the divorce court to try and get sole custody and take everything and lie to the kids who I do love and still want to be a dad to them. She's incapable of understanding that you can love your kids, but also feel that parenthood wasn't the best choice for you. So am I the asshole for saying it?
I'm kind of with Sean that everyone kind of sucks in this scenario. Okay, so I do agree to say what he said, that because they were in therapy and couples counseling, I feel like he said that in a safe space. And I think he's perfectly valid for feeling the way he feels. The only reason why I might be calling him an asshole is that he didn't put his foot down when he said that, like, hey, we want to try for like a second set of kid. If
Mhm.
like the first kid, he was feeling some type of way already, like, hey, this is difficult, which I'm pretty sure it is. He should have been like, hey, that's it. I'm done. Like, I don't want another kid. But instead, they both tried to have another one. And it just happened to be twins. And unfortunately, one of the kids is, have like, is it ADD and ADHD
sorry.
and ODD?
I can, there is an edit
Okay.
here that'll give a bit more context. Sorry,
Sure.
Sean. We'll get into that and then you can give your final take. So he says, edit, when I say I resent having twins, I'm not saying it's my wife's fault, but 3 children is more than we budgeted/bargained for. And I need to pick up a lot of overtime that I would not have had to do if we just had 2 kids. And that is what I resent. That and the child with ODD and ADHD. My life is basically working and dealing with my kids. And do you know what ODD is? This child refuses to do what is asked, gets angry and throws tantrum when he asks to do something he doesn't want to do, hits and kicks others, deliberately annoys and hurts others, is extremely spiteful, screams and kicks me constantly, always, every day, all day. It's exhausting and it is hell. It is very difficult to manage, and he has been kicked out of 3 daycare places because they could not handle him, and my parents even refused to babysit him. We never get a break from home, and no one can handle him. Just because I wouldn't do this over again doesn't mean I'm not committed to being a good dad and being present in their lives. I just would not do it over again if I could redo my adult life. And then just to clarify, my first kid was not born at 24. I just said that because if I could do my whole post-university life differently, I would change some other things too, mainly my career. And to be honest, after all of this, I regret marrying my wife, which is why I said it that way. So that is the clarification.
Yeah, but I'm still the same. Like, I feel like whatever he said was perfectly valid in like the setting that they were in. For the wife to bring that up to the kid and say it to the kid, that's
crazy.
fucked up.
Yeah.
That is fucked up. To me, she's the villain in this story.
Yeah.
For doing that.
Absolutely.
I think that's the worst thing that's happened for
Mhm.
sure. Yeah, I don't know. Again, this is like hindsight 2020, and you're in marriage counseling to fix the marriage. But I also would have just been, even though that's supposed to be a super safe place, I don't know if I would have said that to someone that, on the verge of divorce with already. You know what I mean? Not to
Right. I mean, I
to
think
victim blame you. I mean, I
it's
guess
tough
the
to say
point
that though, because you're like,
because the point is to be
That's
open
supposed to
and
be
honest.
that's supposed
Yeah.
to be a space where you can't say those things.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. It's just, that's tough. You're right. But yeah, she's definitely the worst person in this story.
by far.
by far, for
By
sure.
far. And honestly, I don't know if he's done anything wrong at all. I said earlier that everyone's the asshole, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like John said, he could have, spoke out and said that, one is enough. But I mean,
But also in the contingent
got
that they didn't think they were gonna have twins.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think he was fully aware for 2. So that's the only, like, it's very, very slight the way I said that he sucks a little bit.
Yeah, they budgeted for 2.
Mhm.
But I mean, there's always like, I have a family friend that I don't know. It's more my sister's friend, but him and his wife were like, all right, let's get our 3rd kid and then we're good.
We're out.
at triplets.
Oh, holy
Yeah.
shit.
So they have
That
5.
like
now.
doubles your family right there.
Yeah. So that's crazy. So like, I guess anything can happen. No, like the odds are probably not.
never
but
know.
also,
Yeah.
you just gotta, if you're trying to be a parent and like talking seriously about that kind of thing, like that happens. So it's hard to, blame one thing or another on that. But yeah, I think mostly you're in the clear. Just better preparation on both of y'all's parts. Maybe communication on the fact that she needs to maybe get another job and also do overtime, because it sounds like you're doing the brunt of the budgeting. And you're the OP, so
Well,
of course it's gonna.
That
sound
sounds
like
impossible with the kids'
Yeah,
condition, though,
I
because
was
they
gonna
have
add
no
that.
one to
They've been
take care
kicked
of.
out of all the
Yeah.
daycares.
Yeah. So
That's
it sounds like
true.
she's probably taking care of the kids
Yeah.
full time.
Yeah,
So
that's tough.
it is tough.
I mean,
so,
and I feel like a divorce. Yeah, I mean, I would get a divorce after what she did. That's fucking
yeah.
despicable. Yeah, that's just, it's going to be such a hard time on that kid in particular.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough. That sucks. Just a terrible situation.
Yeah, I am fully on the not the asshole side. I think it is healthy and good to express honest
Mhm.
feelings in therapy. And I think he actually sounds like a good father. He just does truly regret having the extra kid, as well as the one kid being a lot more
I
difficult.
just wish he said, instead of saying, I wish I didn't have the extra kid, just say, I wish I had prepared better for all. It's because it just sounds terrible when when you say it that
it's
way.
hard. It's hard to say that because you never know if you're gonna have twins, though. So
Yeah, you never know if you're gonna have twins. But I mean, it's just, now that he goes hindsight 2020, I just wouldn't be a father. I would have prepared better. You know what I mean? That just feels
I mean,
bad.
that's
But
fair.
that's probably a true feeling, unfortunately, for a lot of parents. They
Yeah.
love their kids. They'll do anything for their kids. But they also wonder what life would be without kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, the grind of being a parent,
It
probably wears on you, especially
it's a tough job.
especially having more than one kid than you expected,
anticipated. Yeah.
having to work harder for that, having that kid be as difficult as they are, you can't get them into daycare,
Yeah.
have your parents take care of them, that kind of stuff. It does make it difficult. So I think I think his honest feelings are valid to have. And I think
Mhm.
him trying to express that to his wife was valid.
Yeah.
I think she was insane for fucking taking
Absolutely.
that
crazy.
information and going right to the kid. That is crazy.
I fucking leave her for that reason alone.
Yeah.
Be like,
Oh.
are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, marriage is done by that point.
Yep.
For sure.
But yeah,
But I mean, I don't know. There's just a lot of wording where I'm like, I don't want to let you get scot-free off this because like some of these feel bad, you know what I mean? But again, they're valid.
yeah, and this is like coming from all the three of us. Once again, not parents.
No
So
kids.
I've never been in the position where I have been a parent and thought, oh, this is a tough day. You know, I'm having a bad day. It'd be real great if I wasn't being relied upon now as a father. You know what I mean? And so
I could say like, I don't find this fulfilling at all. That's kind of like, that's a hard read. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to say you're completely like,
And
I mean, but again, that's your feelings. I've never had kids,
yeah.
but I would take it hard if my
it's-
partner was just like, I don't find it fulfilling at all. I'd be like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true, but I don't know. I'm caught between that's supposed to be a safe place where you can say what you want and express how you feel to your partner. And then I don't know, in an ideal relationship, you would talk to your partner about how do we make this better?
Yeah.
And maybe
She's
there's
like,
not a
nope,
way.
I'm gonna tell our kid.
Yeah, I'm gonna make
Hey,
it worse.
so
your dad
bad.
don't like you, little one.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
So Reddit deemed not the asshole.
Yeah.
Needleworker Choice 89 said about a quarter of parents say they regret having children when asked anonymously. When asked non-anonymously, it's still around 10 to 14%. Raising kids is sold as such a hugely important and gratifying thing. It's not. They say it makes everything worse, which I don't think that's true.
Damn, what the fuck?
Um,
Again, not a parent, but
yeah.
I mean,
I think it is valid to regret as long as you stay a good parent. You know what I mean? And then they go on to say, wife is an asshole for saying that to her kid. The husband reaffirmed that he loves his kids and will protect and support them, but was asked if he'd do it again. Honesty is not a bad thing here.
Yeah.
Mhm. Agreed.
true.
So I agree with everything except for kids make literally everything worse. That's a crazy statement. But
Yeah.
to that
I don't
I think
person,
the
know.
shareholders are happy that there are more kids because that's more to the workforce for their pocket.
that's true. That's true.
That's more listeners for us, John. Let's cool it.
Get therapy.